Hello, angels, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. We're going down the rabbit hole lately, and I honestly am just going to tell you that I'm just as much in the middle of it as everybody else. I just share things as they come from my channel. Some things might change opinion, some things, might shift energetically. So take with a grain of salt, but I have a feeling to share this today. So many years ago, I interviewed a very famous astrologer here in Spain. Roberto Martinez is his name. And he was basically saying back then, and that was during COVID times, that 2026, 27 is going to be like um, almost apocalypse kind of vibes, or like, the old is going to fall apart. And around 2030, there's going to be a split. So there's going to be the people that are going to ascend and move on with a new earth. And then there's going to be the people that are going to be left behind in the old earth. And the ones that are left behind, that world is going to collapse, basically. It's going to destruct. And this is an individual decision depending on the soul, the growth the soul goes through. And so it's those that will stay behind, their souls will just go to other planets, galaxies, wherever they need to learn whatever lessons that are here. And this is kind of like a grand exam for us as humans, that those of us that come along with the new Earth, we are kind of like passing the exam, let's say, and those that stay behind, they just choose to redo the school year, if you want to look at it that way. In the end, it's just one big game in a way, if you want to see it like that. It's not as serious as we usually make it as humans, even though it sounds quite serious. But that also just gives us interesting information to really start to do the work to lift and raise our frequency. And that's really all of the work that I do here in my channel, in my community, in my coaching. And I sometimes speculate that, I cannot say if that's exactly what's going to happen, though I do have like a more or less strong feeling about it. But more than anything, I think the old for sure will collapse and there will be chaos because a lot of people are very dependent, codependent with the old system, right? So imagine if you're codependent with something and then it's being pulled away from you. That's not a pretty situation. That's quite emotional, it's quite chaotic. And the reason why it's going to collapse is because the energies that have run it are not going to be able to get their fuel anymore. So they're just going to, either vanish or leave or whatever. And it's going to leave behind, a lot of their structures are just going to stop to function, maybe even from one day to the other. We don't know that. But up until that time, it's very important for us who have a better vision of the future and who have an idea of how we can build a more beautiful world, that we start to really start to execute our plans. We start to build communities. Communities will be the core of, making this beautiful world come alive again, because it will be what, we can come together around when the big centralized structures no longer exist. It will be times for us to learn to grow our own food, to heal ourselves, to, do lots of things that we are actually capable of doing as humans. And there are some of us that are already wanting these lifestyles right now. Like I, for years, have, just mainly healed myself without going to the doctors. Have changed my diet a lot, eat basically the foods that nature provides. My dream is to buy self-sustainable land and live in my own little self-sustainable area. So that's actually the lifestyle I desire, but for a lot of people that are in the depths of society, that's not necessarily, what they really know or aware of that they desire right now. So it's very important for us who already have this connection to start to build these communities, because when the rug is pulled under the collective, they're gonna grasp for anything that can give them a sense of security and stability. And if us new Earth leaders, we can come forward and we can be the ones bringing that, because we've already had a connection with this frequency for a long time. And this is also why the projectors are mainly, the guides of the new earth, because we are the ones that have a more heavenly perspective. We're the ones that can really see a better way to do things. And we're the ones that can really guide the collective into a beautiful world. And people are going to long for that energy. They're going to want that energy. So it's very important time for us to double down on our purpose, to double down on what we know is our real values, the life we want to create for ourselves, and to start to build community already. This is my core goal for this year, is to build community both online but also offline, because even the internet, it's amazing, and hopefully we're going to have it forever, until we are can read each other's energies from distance and communicate in that way. But it's time to build all of these things now. So I wanted to share this message both because you guys know a lot of intense things are happening energetically, you feel it, and it's easy to get lost in the storm, but that's because a lot of things are happening in the subconscious of the world, a lot of things are happening with the inhabitants of the world, and we need to create these anchors, those of us who already have a connection with heaven on earth. So if you want to be part of creating heaven on earth, come join my community here. Subscribe to the channel. I have a free Telegram community linked down below as well. And I share on Instagram a lot. I have a lot of free masterclasses just to get you into that energy of what it means to be sovereign, self-sufficient. And this is also, what the founder of Human Design showed us, is that 2027, the time we're going to shift into the era of the individual. So everyone must learn to become self-sufficient, and also it will be way more community-based living rather than the big um, centralized structures that we know it now. So it's some exciting times. I'm really happy to have you here. Come join the channel for more videos like this, and I will see you so soon.